just we really truly are excited to advance. It's and you just can't take that for granted. You never know when it's not going to happen. And you know, yesterday, if you compared the matches, I thought they played an amazing match against Eckerd, and we were good but not great. So didn't know what to expect today. But you know, we had 16 blocks. That's a really nice night. That's more than 5 a set. That's pretty impressive. And we held some of their big hitters at bay because of that. So very impressed with these two that are with me. Mac had 5 block assists, and Callie ground out 9 kills, and some great serving, 3 aces, scored a lot of points for us back there. So we were really, really excited to be moving on.
What's up, Callie Coors and Mackenzie Dufresne? You guys talk a little bit about they started the second, won the first, they started at 4-0, and then really kind of turned it around and grabbed the lead. Is there something said or done that, and how much you think that meant in terms of momentum for overall?
You go. I'll go ahead and take this. We kind of have this mentality going in that actually a previous player here, Margot, texted us about. She said the first 10 points do not determine the game. It's what happens after that. So Claudia Rivera took us in and was like, listen, I know we're down right now, but that means nothing. These points are just the beginning of the game. It's what we respond and how we take these first 4 points and come back. So we did exactly that and just turned it around and kept grinding it out.
And in the third, Coach, I think it was 13-11. Call the timeout. What did you say then that really seemed to turn the
Nothing magical, just we were getting really impatient. We were trying to end it with each swing and just making some bad plays, and it's really hard to or difficult to close out these matches because the moment gets you, and you want to get to the end as fast as you can, and that's when you make a bunch of mistakes, and then all of a sudden there's a momentum change, and you're in trouble. So I thought they did a great job. The kids did a great job of coming back out there, and that was just a simple statement. I mean, Brian, our assistant coach, does a great job of being really thorough before they go back out on the floor and let them know what we're up against, where we're going to tip it, where we're going to block, where we're going to attack. So these guys just needed to settle down a little bit.
Kelly, this question is for you. Can you describe how does it feel like in this moment to play another regional final tomorrow?
I'm just really excited, first of all, and just grateful to be in this position again. And I think that this whole team knows just how important tomorrow's game is, but we're also not trying to put too much importance and pressure on ourselves. We just want to play each point like it's our last. That was our mantra for today, and that's going to be the same tomorrow. And we're just grateful to be in this position, and we're not taking anything for granted.
Question for Coach and the student athletes. First off, congratulations on advancing to another regional final. Tonight, West Florida, their star player, Taylor Van Eekeren, had a solid night. And, of course, going to the game as one of the South Region Players of the Year. Did you game plan for her specifically or any difficulty or any differently knowing that she's a threat? Or did you approach it just as any other player?
Our conference is so varied and deep. Everybody we play in our league prepares us for somebody that we see nationally. And even though we haven't played West Florida this year, their setter, we saw it yesterday in the semifinal, the two setters are very similar in how they play the game. So I felt like our kids could draw on that. And we just have this thing when the ball is passed tight to the net, we kind of go into this red alert kind of mentality where players have to be more aware of the setter. When she's off the net, we can be more aware of the hitters. And they did a great job with that. They did a tremendous job with that.
And another question for you, Coach. Obviously, great performances again from Dufresne and Callie Coors, but another huge performance from Natalie Perez, having suffered an injury last night. What are your thoughts on her being able to work through the injury and put up 10 kills leading the team?
Very impressed with how tough she showed tonight. She's in some pain, but there's no break, so she can play, and she just got to deal with the pain, and she did. And Natalie, sometimes it's flip a coin, but she showed up tonight, and really, early on when she had a couple of kills, I said, okay, we're going to have a good night from Natalie. And so we need her. We need everybody. The one that doesn't get a ton of credit is Alicia Kowalski. she's a dumb luck player. When I say that, the coach is a dumb coach. Didn't realize what he had on the bench. We saw it in practice. We just never saw it, continuously. So we finally made that move down at Barry, and it was like, whoa, where's she been? But it's really us. So that kid has really come on, and she's stabilized that position. It happened because of an injury to Haley Dillon, who was a starter for us as well. So the two right sides were huge for us tonight.
I have a couple questions, Kelly, for you. Between the second and third set, Claudia talked with you, with the rest of the team. One, if you can share what she said. For the coach, you're going to play tomorrow against Barry. You're splitting during the regular season. What will be the approach for tomorrow? And for Mackenzie, the blocks, the defense was amazing today. Can you talk about what you feel over there? Because every time the block was there, no matter where it was there.
Yes, I do. So between the second and third set, Claudia said to us, the other semifinal before us, Lynn was up 2-0 in sets, and they ended up losing in 5. And so we had that exact example that we needed to go into the third set with the same focus and mentality that we came into the game with, because we didn't want that to happen to us. And yeah, so we just needed to play every point like it was our last. She said that a lot today.
I think you asked me what my game plan is for tomorrow. Yeah. So Barry is a very, very defined role team, meaning players have certain roles on that team that are very different than every team that we play. Some kids are just not going to take many swings. Your job is to block, tag balls, whatever you got to do. They're going to run everything through Diana Akapova, and she's playing hurt, and that kid is amazing. So game plan, I'd love to say we're going to be able to shut her down. We're going to do the best job we can at slowing her down, keep her under her average if we can do that. But more so, we're going to focus on what we do and see if we can affect them more, and make them work to defend us, and we'll go from there. I can tell you, we will not, if we get up in any way, we're not going to say it's over, because obviously, he made a great move. He pulled her out in the second set. That second set, he knew they were out of it, and the kid is hurting, so he put her on the bench, let her rest, let her kind of, recover a little bit. And then she goes back in there and lights it up for, I think after that point, she had 22 kills. So it's impressive.
I'm pretty sure my question was about blocking tonight. Usually it's Tatiana Lyons that gets all the blocks. Like, she is just an insane defender. But I was just so confident in the defense back row tonight that I knew if I just took my area, the ball was going to come back up in the back row. So I was just at ease blocking tonight, which was a little bit different for me. Usually I'm a little bit sporadic and panicked. So it was a little bit easier for me tonight, honestly. And then just the encouragement from my teammates as well. They just set up the block so nicely on the pins that all I had to do was reach in, and it happened.
For the athletes, you guys have played long enough to know how hard, Coach alluded to it is to finish somebody off in the tournament. How much does it help when you have the fans behind you here?
The fans are everything. We have a little saying, which is protect the Bob, and we've just been rolling with that, and they give us all the encouragement in the world. They really get us hyped up, and Coach always tells us that they're here for entertainment purposes, and whether we win or lose, we're still going to be supported, and they're still going to keep showing up, so we just have to go out there and have fun when we're playing, and that's why they keep coming back. So
The fans are just really good sources of energy for us, like in times where we're like tired after a rally and it's really hard to just like celebrate so intensely. We know that there's like all those people in the stands that are doing it for us, and it really just hypes all of us up. It's amazing.
Congrats. here with West Florida on the semifinals of the Division II South Regional. Coach Walter, you want to start off just with some thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I mean, we were excited to go against Tampa, and I thought we matched up well against them, and we had moments where we played with them, we just could never get away from them, and so that was the tough part for us, to be in a situation that was, I felt like we just, the things that we normally do to teams, we just ran right into their blocks. So the defense in the block, I think, gave us a little bit of trouble today that we haven't seen in a while. And so it just kind of pushed us into an uncomfortable zone. And, that was not our best volleyball. So that's the unfortunate part of tonight. I mean, at this point, hats off to Tampa. They played a really good match. And statistically, I think they outplayed us in a lot of categories. And when you're advancing to this point to get to the regional final, to go past the regional final, you got to be really good, and you got to be playing good ball through the entire match. So unfortunate day for us, but good luck to Tampa the rest of the way.
For the student athletes, just your overall thoughts.
It's like Coach kind of touched on. It's unfortunate because we were at a point where we were feeling like we were playing our best volleyball of the year, and to end on a game where we weren't really playing great volleyball, it stings. But when you look back at where we started to where we are now, I'm really proud of our team, and we had a lot of young girls that were in that lineup, and I know that they're primed and they're ready to do anything next year.
I'm just proud of how far we've come as a team, and just the strides we made this season. And I'm so glad that I chose to be in Argo all 6 years, and I couldn't be more proud of my teammates. Yeah.
Question for Coach Walters. Congratulations on another tournament run and conference title. Obviously not the end of the season you wanted, but a lot of good things to look forward to in the future. As Taylor just said, a lot of young players part of this team's core. Seeing those players in action and doing so well, does that give you confidence for years down the line to try to get revenge and win the title in the future?
Yeah, I mean, that's why we come here. I think the best part about this team is that everybody else has referenced our young players. And I think for us, it was never about that. With COVID, you've got young players, but they're really not young. So we had a lot of sophomores on the floor, but they're really juniors academically. And, juniors in theory had COVID not happened. But for sure, I mean, you can't gain experience until you've been there, until your feet are there. We're very excited about, what we've been able to accomplish this season. I think having some of those young players be in the moment tonight was special. Yesterday was special. This one's going to sting for a while, because I think our best self, that was a winnable match. Coach Katnack might not agree, but the reality is we go toe-to-toe all the time, and I think our two programs are very different but very similar. And, few things going our way, we get a little momentum, and I think we could be talking about a whole different story tonight.
To the student athletes, what has Coach taught you that you will take with you into your future?
Let it cry again. When I got here, I was really nervous, really shy, really introverted, and since I've been here, I've grown a ton, and she's taught me to be confident when I walk into a room and to know my value and my worth, and that's something that I'll carry forever.
This season especially, just enjoying where you're at in the moment. Like, she's been reiterating this whole season, be where your feet are, and just looking around at who you're with and your people, and really just enjoying who you're around and taking in every moment as you're living it, and not looking forward or not looking back. I'll definitely remember that going forward.
So did any alumni reach out to you guys? And if so, what did they say to help you out with just being here and playing?
I have a really good relationship with Jordan Poppin, who was here a couple years ago. She's one of my best friends. And she's always texting me, and we're always bouncing ideas off of each other, just about how to get a team through to championships and how to get them through ruts. So she's somebody that I've talked to a lot in the last couple of days, and just telling me to get the team together and remind them how far they've come. So yeah, she's been really big for me.
Yeah, I actually saw Autumn Dunn yesterday, which was really cool. And just knowing that she was here to support us and just having a little convo with her, it was nice knowing that she still bleeds blue and green. And I think that's the coolest thing that we have going at UWF.
For the student athletes, you guys are part of a powerhouse program, but going forward, what points of pride do you take in what you left with the program? Those coming after you.
I think the four of us seniors, we always talked about giving our best selves forward every single day and always leaving your mark. And I really hope that as we leave, the upcoming girls, they kind of take that and they get into the gym and they grind every single day, because that was something that the four of us, we took that and we ran with it, and we were giving our best selves. So I think that would be one thing that we would leave behind that hopefully they can pick up.
I'll just say that knowing when you're at UWF that you are an Argo and you bleed blue-green when you put that jersey on, and just knowing who you represent when you're a part of the program is something that I hope we're leaving behind as we're seniors, and just the young girls carrying that tradition on as you are carrying the Argo with you, the Argo spirit, and yeah, UWF is something special.
Can I reference that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sitting here waiting to be asked. I had to fight with Jenna last night with Mike, so you guys are seniors. It's a little different. This was a really unique situation we were in this year to have, Taylor was the really only returning technical senior coming from that class that had been on the floor at the end of the year. And then we had some personnel changes. And then, God intervened, and I went back to KP, and she wasn't going to play this year. And we needed her. And so that was a really bold move that she made to jump back on the ship. And these two combined, the level of leadership that is in the room sitting here with me is unreal. Everything that I threw at them, every video, every book, we exchange. She finishes my sentences. I think you know what I'm thinking. It's she jumps in the timeout, that last timeout, and I was like, I have nothing to say. She's got it. So, these guys are part of this foundation that we have as a program, and I love the fact that everybody got a little peek of Jenna Dufresne tonight, because nobody's really seen. She's been an unsung hero for this team all season long, to be somebody that was on the bench, creating cheers for different servers. It was great. The stuff she was coming up, she's hilarious. And she was an All-American at her former school. So for her to take on a supporting cast member role here was like nothing I've ever seen. And those younger players will never forget that. Camila Vasquez stepped in and took on a gigantic gaping hole that we had in the middle. And she did it with poise, and she fought for a championship. She was brilliant last night at the end of that match. And, man, I tell you, your seniors, they make or break you. And these guys made us all year long. And I will be indebted to them for the rest of my life. And I now will be excited about moving into the friend zone with them. I tell them all the time we can be Facebook friends now, but they don't even have Facebook, so, there's that. But, yeah, we're a family this year, and that was what I really wanted for this team. I felt like we needed to get back to that. We needed to get back to the nucleus, the core of doing things for each other for the right reasons. It was a really selfless team. You saw that last night. Nobody wanted the glory last night. And I think tonight, it wasn't how we wanted to go out. But in reality, I couldn't be more proud of this group. And for their grit, their guts, their willingness to do anything that we asked of them, their complete buy-in. So love you guys. Can't say it enough. Just unbelievably proud of these 2 young women and the other 2 seniors as well.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
guys.